Majority of Minneapolis City Council members are said to be on board with passing a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza and condemning Israel for attacks that have killed thousands of Palestinian civilians. Mayor Jacob Frey says he can't get behind any kind of resolution that ignores the atrocities Hamas committed in the October 7th attack on Israel, and says this shouldn't, in his opinion, be an either-or kind of choice. John Croman was at both events, those calling for a ceasefire and talking to the mayor about this today. And both from supporters of the resolution and the mayor, who's not sure yet, stood with a contingent of Israeli supporters on his side. What was it like, John?
Well, you know, several large cities, Jana, have passed resolutions like this, and it's about making a statement on behalf of the city of Minneapolis. But Mayor Frey says he can't go along with something he believes ignores a big part of history of the region in the Middle East.
We want an end to our tax dollars being used to contribute to this humanitarian catastrophe and unspeakable loss of life.
A half world away from the ongoing fighting between Israel and Hamas in Gaza, a majority of Minneapolis City Council members support a resolution calling for a ceasefire and an end to U.S. military aid to Israel.
As a Muslim person, just watching the horrific violence in Gaza over the last few months has been a deeply painful and personal thing to experience, like many people in our community.
Councilmember Aisha Shugtai appeared at a press conference with members of a coalition that supports sending a message to President Biden and Congress.
City councils have passed resolutions in major cities like Atlanta, Detroit, Oakland, and Seattle. And now it's time for Minneapolis to join them in being on the right side of history.
To my community, I say Jewish safety matters, and it must come through the safety and liberation of all people. We will not find safety or peace behind a wall or a gun, as thousands of children are killed.
For the United States to be the single nation with Israel in few dot islands, to be the ones holding back from the rest of the world what we all are seeing every single day with our own eyes.
They won't release the wording of the resolution until Monday, but we heard the basic thrust from City Council member Aureen Chowdhury.
We ask our U.S. congressional delegation and our president to hold the state of Israel accountable and to push for immediate permanent ceasefire, to allow for humanitarian aid, and to end further U.S. military funding that is contributing to this humanitarian crisis.
As that press conference broke up, Mayor Frey, who is Jewish, came down to talk to council members and later spoke to the media about why he opposes the resolution.
There are resolutions out there that I would adamantly support. A resolution calling for an end to the atrocities and support for innocent civilians, both Palestinian and Israeli, I would proudly get behind. It is not mutually exclusive to be both pro-Israel and pro-Palestine.
Among those flanking the mayor, Rabbi Marsha Zimmerman of Temple Israel.
In this time of great upheaval, we need the council to be a unifying force that brings us together to fight hate speech and hate violence. I am distressed and disappointed to hear about this resolution. From my vantage point, we have enough work here and now in our city.
This accusation of genocide against the Jewish people and Israel is wrong. It's a blood libel. And on top of everything else, it turns fact in history on its head when you're talking about Hamas.
Of course, we've heard from a lot of people on all sides of this issue about when the word genocide should be used, and that debate will continue. This should come up, Jana, Monday. They plan to release the wording of the resolution and introduce it at the City Council meeting down at the temporary City Hall in the Public Service Building.
So on Monday, once we get a look at the verbiage of the resolution, because that will matter to a lot of people, exactly what words are used, will the council vote on it same day, or what happens after that?
They haven't really released that part of the plan, whether they can go right then or just decide to do it later in the week, but they're definitely introducing it on Monday.
Okay, thanks so much, John.
Sure.
We appreciate it.